Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons.
Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special video showcase we're going to once again be returning to the exclusive Marvel UK Transformers comics. So what we're going to do with this video, we're going to have a very quick flick from cover to cover. We'll have a look at anything that stands out and is a bit of interest to us, and then at the end what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll go nice and slowly over all the actual Transformers comic, which will give you guys the opportunity to read these, because as I've just said, these are the exclusive Marvel UK ones. So this was a story that they were running, as I say, in the UK only at the time. I can't clarify if all of these have yet been seen in America and everywhere else, but obviously you've got the opportunity and chance to have a quick look at them here. One thing before we get started is you'll notice that even though it is a Transformers comic, that there's quite a sparse actual amount of Transformers comic material inside. And the other thing as well is that the artwork that the UK comic writers used was very much toy accurate. So we'll have a look at that. Let's get started. Here we go. So it was fortnightly originally, and this came out from the 1st of June to the 14th of June in 1985, and we're on issue number 19 now. So yeah, these were fortnightly. We had in total in the UK 332 comics, and at the very beginning, as you're about to see and I've already mentioned, they didn't actually have that much material. While they were building up a backlog of material and stories, they filled the comic with lots of other things. But before we get started, and I'm not going to mention anything here at all I'm going to say is that there's a Decepticon fact file, and the UK comics said that that guy is who they're saying he is. There we go, interesting. And we've got a little comic strip there called Robo Capers. We've then got some interaction, we've got stock exchange where you can do some swaps, contents page, and then pen pals, which is very, very old school. For anybody who's probably under 30, they might not even know what that is, but that is literally where you got somebody's address, friend or whatever, and you wrote letters to each other. Either they were quite local or they could be across the continent, etc, etc, but that's what pen pals were. But here's one of the other comic strips, Chromobot, and we've got subscribe there, and then here we've got the actual start of the Transformers comic. So you can see straight away very toy accurate art, very good. And one, the reason why I'm counting, 2, 3, and shockingly 4, 5. That is it. Out of the entirety of this comic, you've got 5 pages of actual Transformers comic script. Don't worry about it being black and white. They were still doing a cost-cutting scheme, obviously, in the UK at the time. So I've got this book there. So when we do come back to it in a second, you can have it all in colour. So let's have a look at the other strips very quickly then. We've got Machine Man there. We've now got Planet Terry. Again, all more comic strips. Planet Terry seems to go on for ages. Oh, more Machine Man. They split him up as well. And then there's the rest of Planet Terry. I don't know why they did that, but you can see where they continued it there. Even more of it. So yeah, this is supposed to be a Transformers comic. And then we've got another comic strip, The Battle of Hastings. I don't know what a 5 or 6 year old kid would have interest in that, but there you go, more of it. And the main reason why I've kept this on is I'm going to turn it over in a second, but just out of interest, we've obviously got a word search there with Jazz, and of course very big at the time and still at the moment, of course, Masters of the Universe, and it's an advert for the Ladybird books, and I presume that that'll be something like them but in the Masters of the Universe ones. And then again, just quickly before we go to the actual comic story, we've got an advert for the Insecticons on the back. And the interesting thing I pointed out about this before is they've got the old chest cavities, plastic pieces there, which obviously we know are yellow now and not red. The only downside to this is there's no actual price on any of them. But there we go. Let's go to the actual comic strip. I'm going to be quiet to give you guys the opportunity to read it. Yeah, so I'm going to be nice and quiet. I hope you guys are enjoying it still. I've had a few more comments now. I've got a few more subscribers. More and more people are enjoying this, so let's get on with it. And yeah, there you go, that's your very few pages that were in issue 19. So some of the comments that I've had from doing these is to try and get a few more done. So rather than doing 1 or 2 a week, I'll try and get one done every other day if possible for you guys. But there you go. So hope you find it a bit interesting anyway. And as I say, I will continue. We've got loads more stories that came from the UK comic. As I say, we did have 332 issues in total, and they do get a lot more content in than what we've got at the moment. They were spreading it thinly, shall we say. But there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for your comments, obviously. Thanks for letting me know that you're still enjoying this. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but for the people who are enjoying it, I'm glad you're still watching. And for everybody else out there, of course, please take care.